Hi everyone! Today we're going to be going through Proofreading 101. So firstly, what exactly is proofreading? It is the final step in your content review for copywriting. So it's all about catching those last errors and making sure everything is smooth and perfectly correct for publication or just to go live in general. So what do proofreaders check? We'll check spelling, grammar, punctuation, typographical errors like, if you've got double spaces or any formatting issues, that kind of stuff. And we'll also check consistency. So, for example, if you've got a specific capitalization style for 10 like subheadings or something like that in a blog post, we'll make sure that all of them are correct and consistent. And then lastly, writing style like AP or APA. But we'll get to that in the end. And honestly, most jobs do not require us to proofread at that kind of level. But if you have to, there is a way to do it. Cool. And then what a proofreader does not check. So proofreaders are not responsible for creating any new content, any new words, performing major edits, any fact checking, or any restructuring of text. All of those things fall under editing and content review. So what is the biggest difference between a quality check and proofreading? So it's always best practice to give your work a basic quality once over, like, just make sure all of the words are right, it's all grammatically correct, and then send it to your CL or customer. You can use a tool like Free Grammarly to do this, but proofreading is a specialized process. So at Superside, it's offered as a dedicated service, and only a few, like a select group of writers are approved for those jobs. So if you're interested in becoming one, please reach out to Bianca. And then how can AI enhance proofreading? So while manual proofreading is perfectly great and it works, AI tools help catch those mistakes much faster and provide peace of mind, which is the big thing here, because proofreaders are the last line of defense. So at Superside, where writers handle many, many different styles and tones, these tools can help lower the chance of errors slipping through, as well as just help us with stress. So, are you ready to proofread like a pro? Let's get started with our basic toolkit. So, we'll need Grammarly, the OG. Grammarly is an excellent choice for spelling, grammar, and punctuation checks in general. It's fantastic. You can get the free version or the pro version, either are fine. A close contender to Grammarly is Quillbot. So, for the same reason, it's great, but we do find Grammarly to be a little bit more reliable. So, yeah, I think either use Grammarly or Grammarly and Quillbot for the first check. Coolbot is also really good because it has extra AI tools like a paraphraser, a summarizer, and a citation generator. And we'll talk about that more in copywriting for digital advertising. But it's just, yeah, incredible tools, also free. And I think the pro version of Coolbot is like under $5 or something. So that's also something to look into. And then ChatGPT. So unfortunately, a phrase like liquidity cats will not be flagged in with Grammarly or Coolbot. Even though it's wrong, it is spelled correctly. So this is where ChatGPT comes in. It can do those like very specific and subtle contextual checks to make sure that liquidity cats is actually liquidity pools. So that's why we'll need ChatGPT. And then we'll go on to writing styles, this resource later on in the training. But again, this is more if you really need to do it, here's how you do it. But in short, this resource just has like a really nice summary table of all of the writing styles. And yeah, it's just really good to go through. You can paste those things into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT read through your blog or article or whatever it is you're writing, and make sure it aligns to the specific style. But again, we'll go through that later. And then styles capitalization. So if you've got like a bunch of like LinkedIn posts or something and you've got like your sentence and it all needs to be AP, title, case, or whatever the case is, literally, you can paste them in here and it will instantly capitalize that to the right style. And then you can just copy paste that into your copy doc. Oh, and then obviously Google Docs, but you should already have that. Cool. Before you start, confirm your role, please. Check in with your CPM to confirm which documents you'll be proofreading, the preferred style, so is it going to be UK or US, and any specific writing style requirements in addition to that. So that would be, do we need to worry about AP or API writing styles? APA, sorry. All right, and then remember you don't need a CL in these types of jobs. It just takes too much time, so proofreaders do not need CLs, and your role is to polish here, not to suggest any new words or ideas. And then just a pro tip for scoping, proofreading is scoped by page, and one page is equal to 500 words. So if you have a job and it's 250 words, just divide your scope by half. Okay, then budget your time. Even with AI tools, you will still need to determine like if everything is accurate yourself, you'll need to read it manually. So check out how long it takes you to read a page and then plan your time accordingly. All right, step one, we'll have to do our spelling, grammar, punctuation, and typographical check. So this is where we would use Grammarly or Quillbot. Both of them are quite good. You would just copy your document, paste it in there, and then let the tool do its thing. So we'll do it together. So for this test, I've taken a blog from Wise's blog website. I've added in my own little errors here. I'm just going to copy it. And then you can go into Quillbot or Grammarly. Let's do Grammarly today and paste it in. So once you've pasted your text in, you're going to go down here to this little button and you're going to choose your language preference. Is it British or is it American English? Most of our clients are American English, but please make sure you're doing it for the right style. All right, then once you're in there, you're going to click on correctness because that's where all of the really the basic errors are. And here's a good example here. So honor, this is the British spelling, O-U-R. So we want to make sure it's American. Right? So you can go through that whole thing and make sure everything is right. Then, once you've done all of those errors, let me actually go back here. You can also click on the tab to get further information about your piece. So, for example, if you've got a specific word count, like let's say it needs to be 700, you can go here and just double check, and yes, it is over 700, great. If you've got social posts and you're looking at characters, you can find that here. If you've got a script, you can look at reading time and speaking time over here. All right, cool. And then also don't bother with generative AI in Grammarly. It's pretty terrible, this one. Don't bother. All right, now once you've gotten the main errors out, this is when you use ChatGPT for your contextual check. So you'll be able to get a lot more of the subtle errors like this. In this dummy doc over here, I added in year, it was month, just to see if it would pick it up, and it did. So it said the term National Hispanic Heritage Year it's used, but the correct term is Heritage Month, which is observed from this date to this date. So that was really nice. And then another error that I did here was here. I added we're Chinese and Latin American. And I know that Chinese is not part of the Latinx network, obviously, because it's Latinx, but so I put that in to see if it would work, and it did. It said the mention of this as a space for Chinese and Latin Americans seems out of context. It would be more appropriate to focus solely on that, which is excellent. So those are the kinds of errors you can expect ChatGPT to pick up for you. And here are the prompts and how you can do that. So first, you want to make sure that you're using this prompt to get ChatGPT an idea of what the tone of voice for your brand is. So you would put in your brand name here, your brand website, or if you have a tone of voice, perfect, upload that in, and then ask ChatGPT to give you a summary of everything you see. Make sure to click on the search icon here. You will get a very nice summary about it. Just double check that it's all correct. And once you're happy, move on to the next prompt and say, perfect, I've written, for example, a blog post for Wise's website. Please go through it and let me know if it aligns with the brand tone of voice. And then give me a contextual check as well. Does everything here make sense? And this is where you would paste in your blog. So then ChatGPT will go through it and give you errors like this, which is great. And then after that, you can additionally, if you have to do the APA style kind of check, you can then say, okay, what writing style does this brand use, Chat? Is it AP? Is it APA? Check the tone of voice link, please. So for this example, Wise doesn't have that kind of, I guess it's not that specific with its writing style, but according to what ChatGPT picked up, it said it would be most likely to be AP, which is what most of our brands actually do use. So here's how we do a writing style check. And once again, I'll say this one more time. Most jobs do not need this level of detail. In fact, only one job has ever needed this, and it was for The Economist. So yeah, just check with your CPM to see if it's necessary to do this or not. All right, so when we go into our writing style check, here's a very nice resource that you can click on, and it will take you to different types of writing styles. So here they are. APA, MLA, AP, all the things. You can click on them like so. And again, I think AP is the one we mostly use. And it will take you through everything you need to know about AP. How do we do abbreviations and acronyms? How do we talk about ages? How do we do dates, months, years? Or how do we do datelines, names, numeral, like all of the things you need to know, it'll be here. Cool. So before I actually move on, I just do want to say, there is no one tool fits all solution for writing styles. So there's no like Grammarly that can help you swap between writing styles, unfortunately. So for now, we have to do this in two ways. So you'll go and you'll find the style you need. So let's say it's this one, this AP style. You'll copy the link and you will paste it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to check your work and identify any areas that do not follow this guide. So you can do that, or you can upgrade to Grammarly Pro and build a writing style guide with those rules. So usually we write an AP style, so that's pretty nice. You can actually just, do this. And this is the kind of check you'll see if you decide to do it this way. So let's say, for example, in AP, this is how we spell lithium ion. I mean, I don't know, I don't think it is, but just say it's an example. Then when you paste stuff in, you'll start getting suggestions like this based off your specific writing style guide. All right, next, if you have any citations you need to check, now is when you can try out Coolbot Citation Checker. It is incredible. So all you have to do is first choose your style, then paste in your URL, and it will do things. You'll get something like this. If you need to edit it, you can click over here. It'll open this where you can go in and edit, and it's got such a nice like bunch of features. You can say things like set the date to today, and it will automatically put in today's date. It's got a drop-down list so you can quickly choose what type of resource material it is. It's great. And then lastly, for capitalization, all you have to do is copy and paste your copy here in this little tool, and you can toggle between the different styles and case types you need. Cool. And then lastly, your manual read-through. So once you've completed your AI-assisted checks, you must do a final read-through. It's likely you may still find one or two errors that have slipped past everything. So here are just some tips to help you speed up that process. Work in a quiet setting, so minimize distractions so you can focus. Nobody likes to read the same sentence 10 times. Give yourself a break as well, so you maintain accuracy and like stay fresh. And then use a checklist if you need to. So we've put together a proofreading checklist over here, and it's just got the basic like errors we always see. So you can go through it and just think and say, oh, did I actually look for repeated words? Yes. Did I do this? Yes. And you can make a copy of this sheet for your own reference. You can use it for each one and then delete it, up to you. It's just nice to have something to refer to if you need it. All right, and then just in general ongoing improvement. So proofreading, like anything, will get easier and faster the more you do it. So take your time and sharpen your skills. Monitor language trends, so stay updated with style guide changes and language trends. For that, there's a really handy reference here, the Grammarly blog. Guys, this is not a sponsorship for Grammarly. I know it looks like it, but it's a great resource, and you can really stay up to date with language and how it changes every day. It doesn't, but that's nice. And then practice regularly. So take on varied proofreading tasks to sharpen your skills, seek feedback and mentorship, learn how other proofreaders are doing their work. Maybe they might have a better tool. And then if that is the case, tools are constantly evolving. So please let us know if you find any tools that are better than anything in this workflow. Reach out to any of the three of us. We would love to test it out. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.